Why does that one tentacle just, like, go up? Like, can style. What the hell is happening? I think that's a glitch. I feel like that can't be intentional.
He's protecting his eyes.
Oh, do you think that... Oh, never mind. Not a glitch. That makes sense. Oh, God. Okay, well, he's not protecting his eye, so that is just glitched out.
Maybe he's hiding his eye.
There we go. Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Boom.
We killed the Tranquil, and we also switched to keyboard and mouse because we decided...
first try.
Yeah, actually, first try since doing it. So I think we should avoid the Steam controller for now.
Yeah.
As much as it's fun to use. Alright, we got the shield. Yeah. Probably the least useful of all the upgrades. But, you know, I'll take
Protects
it.
you from damage?
So it literally protects you from one hit.
For how long?
For one hit. For no duration, just from one hit.
Ever?
Oh no, it recharges.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were like, does it like give you an invincibility thing? It was like, we already talked about this. Oh shit, we can't go down there because we need a lamp.
Warning, lamp advised. Press A.
I agree. I wonder if we could still go down there though and explore with like the gamma all the way pumped up.
Cheat the system.
Yeah. We would sit in our rooms and listen to the fighting. Father was defending our mother, but the railgun tore through the walls. The screens, the families living in the mega complexes, they were all shattered to make room for heaven. Whoa!
There was just something so casual about that was disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, I know, regardless of how you said it, in general.
No, I agree. It was just like...
Oh.
Going from a, like, you know, a family quarrel to, you know, rail guns tearing through the walls, killing everybody. Okay.
So I want to point out that the last time in Earth's history that there were fish this big, a lot of them were also armored. And that's where the idea of that's where the megalodon comes from, right? It was like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the last big armored fish around, because
and it's amazing.
It is amazing. It's beautiful.
So this must be a cemetery, but this is a huge monument.
It's in German.
It is. Is it? Nikto ne lept.
Maybe not.
That's not German.
I just heard that. I saw the niche and I was like, is that German? All right.
Nicht is German, but that's not nicht. It's almost nicht. It's nicht.
I mean, the
Nikto. And then this is Nichto.
Maybe it's like a Latin or nothing at all.
I don't remember where the developers of this game are from. Are they Swedish? Sorry, guys, I don't remember. Why CJY, though? I mean, we could look them up.
I was going to say we could have looked up that phrase, but, you know, it's all good.
Life isn't like it used to be. We're all cramped and stuck here in District 5 between the what?
The BEA
BEA and the government. We shouldn't have to take sides if we really wanted to heal the planet. I mean, I agree. It's probably important, especially if you're like already in the situation where there's no winning. So I guess we can't go this way yet, because we don't have the lamp. Which,
give me the lamp.
I guess it sort of makes sense that at least Edison. From a Metroidvanian perspective.
Who's Edison Carl?
Is that the name that we just saw up here? Oh, in the background?
Or Edison Cars. Edison Cars. Right. It's the combination of General Motors and Edison.
Oh.
They just stuck two things together. Which, I mean, to be fair, that is, I suppose, a possibility that could actually happen. General Motors and... oh, wait, no, isn't General Motors, like, doing really poorly?
They were for a while. I think the U.S. government bailed them out of that, though.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we kind of need you.
Well, I noticed Edison's really evil. That's all I got. What? I said it.
Oh, man. Controversial topics on the show. Oop.
If you weren't expecting controversy, then why would you watch us play an indie game?
It's fair.
Oh.
Whoa.
What? That only happens when you're fighting bosses.
I don't know. Keyboard freaked out for a second there.
Wait, was that the area you just fought the octopus in?
That was, yeah.
Okay, that would explain it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the keyboard or if that was the area glitching out, but it was a little weird. But, anyway, I was going to say, Metroidvanian design. So, unlocking that region after the octopus, right, or the tranquil, since we can't go there, do you think that it was good to just, like, let us see it and be like, okay, so we need something in order to advance, so now let's backtrack and find that thing? Or do you think it would have been better had we kept our forward momentum going?
I mean, as a Metroidvania, I feel like they do that actually a lot, right? Where it's, speed upgrade. That's actually pretty nice. I feel like they actually do that quite a bit with a lot of Metroids, because if you remember, a lot of Metroids, you'd go to one area and then all the freaking time you'd be like, oh, great, look at that, I need the freaking missile to continue. It's always the missile. Ugh, and then you have to go back through all those levels again. And so I think that's in typical fashion. Like, that's the typical thing a Metroidvania does.
That's fair. I totally agree. They call us terrorists when we want to protect human life on Earth, when we protest against the mass killings and the destruction of anything environmentally unfriendly. We only want to protect. Proceed to close. Oh!
Proceed to close.
Then I guess the follow-up question to that is, do you think that is...
Can you go through that now?
No.
The toxin that shouldn't hurt you?
Shouldn't hurt me? What,
Shouldn't
because of the shield?
Yeah, and because you're in a ship.
Oh, well, it corrodes the ship. I guess the shield would theoretically protect me from that, though, right? But, Oh, but yeah, do you think that style of design for Metroidvanias, do you think that's actually good design? It does kind of break the conventions of a lot of, like what we normally consider to be good level design, because good level design generally prevents backtracking. They follow a very circular pattern.
Yeah, because I don't want this right here to happen, where we have to fill a whole bunch of conversation in to make up for the fact that you're traveling all over the place to find out where the hell to go.
Yeah.
I think that backtracking is alright as long as it's interesting the second time around. Like, for instance, if you reach an area and then you go, oh man, I need that lamp. So I guess I have to go all the way back to this one area, and then on the way back, you're crossing all these locations that need, the saw that you didn't realize before. And so now you're getting to still at least utilize that last mechanic you used. And so you're making the place more interesting on the way back, and that's totally fine, especially because it gives a sense of progression to the player. They're like, oh man, look how far I've come, look what I did. Remember this? Remember when I used to fight that weird anemone or whatever the heck the first boss was, right? And anemone, it's not at all what it is. I actually used to know what those were called. That's gonna drive me nuts. And so it can be good, you just have to do it right.
I think
you also need to know where the hell you're going. That's the other problem I found with backtracking, is when you don't know where you have to go. And that's kind of the problem. That's what I dislike about Metroidvanias, actually, is when they don't let you know, and you just kind of have to, like, look at the goddamn map, and you're like,
Especially the those 3D Metroid games, like Metroid Prime. I think that was probably one of their biggest flaws. Because of that exact reason, and I feel like most people can identify with this too, is that you get lost, and you honestly just do not know what to do next, because the world is so large that you're just like, I don't even know, I don't remember where I last saw, like, where to use this upgrade.
Yeah.
So you end up just wasting a lot of time searching.
And so I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chasm actually had a really good
this area again?
Every time. Maybe there's something there you didn't discover.
No, that was just the oh boy,
you were getting torn apart.
That's just the upgrade that let us go through currents.
So I believe Chasm did it to where they had where you could take notes on certain areas, so you could, like, enter a room and then be like type, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but, like, you'd go in the area and you'd be like, all right, cool, and you can mark it with an icon or something like that and be like, this is the area that I'll probably need a wrench driver.
That's really cool, though, especially because that game is procedurally generated, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. That's a good way to
It's mostly procedurally generated. There's some areas that are stay the same. Like when it comes to, hey, now you need the double jump ability to get through this. Like that's an area that will stay constant, but a lot of other points of it are procedurally generated. I don't remember.
I mean,
be honest.
Is it similar to like the Rogue Legacy style of procedural generation?
Not at all.
Okay.
I feel like the second time I went through it, it was a little bit different. And so maybe they did an update, or maybe I'm just crazy. I actually still don't know if that game is generated or not. Like, is random generated. But enough about Chasm.
That's fair.
I could talk about that for hours. So that could be one thing that could be done, is like being able to touch up on your map and, you know, either see icons or make icons or whatever, so it's a reminder to the player.
I think that is one of the things that most people have. Oh, I totally could go this way. I forgot that there were jellyfish that light the way.
Oh. Well, that's nice of them.
I think, though, a lot of reviewers of this game, their main complaint was actually that it's so easy to get lost because the actual map interface just like it doesn't tell you very much. And especially too, like, we can't even pull up the full map until we get to a save station, and so finding save stations is incredibly challenging. And strangely enough, there is an upgrade later on in the game that allows us to see save stations on the minimap. But at that point, you're so close to the end of the game, it actually stops. Point? Yeah, exactly. It's like it doesn't matter anymore.
So I could see why you turned the alpha up, even though it didn't do you any good. But at the same time, the funny part about that is that's obviously a design that they wanted. They wanted it to be hard to see those.
Oh, absolutely. Those yeah, it requires you to stick near the jellyfish in order to navigate. And I think they did that successfully. Even with the gamma all the way up, it still is pretty hard. Mm-hmm. My counter to, or really I think the reason why I didn't listen to them and I cranked up the gamma anyway is because when it's low, your field of vision is still so low. Even around the jellyfish, it still is dark next to them. So it becomes really, really challenging to see. Yeah. And even this area isn't the one that made me freak out and, crank up the gamma. It actually is maybe 2 bosses from here. I don't know if I want to spoil it.
Nah.
Because I'm sure surprising you guys with some of the bosses might be kind of fun. I do really like this boss, by the way.
That's a boss?
No.
Okay, I was going to say. That's
it did
pretty
look
small
like
for a boss,
it
but
kind of looked like a
time,
dolphin with a hat on.
Wasn't that a thing you could shoot just there?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, I think that's just a...
Oh, it looks like one of the turning wheels for a door.
It does kind of look like that. I think it's more like a growth on some
base.
Empty ship.
Well, we're in an interesting spot, but we are running out of time.
Aw, man.
So... Oh, look, a hidden station.
Kind of, yeah. Notice, evacuation of mining tunnels need to be executed immediately. We seem to have struck an underground water reservoir. District 6 is surely in great danger to be flooded too. Press F to close.
F?
Well, now we're using keyboards.
Oh, now I can switch the...
Alright,
well...
Question of the day. So I guess we sort of... my initial points about having to backtrack were kind of null since we didn't actually need to backtrack. I was just wrong. But it still is a very common thing in Metroidvanias, right?
Suck.
But okay, so do you think it's okay in a game like a Metroidvania to require backtracking? And if not, what do you think is a good way to kind of work around that, right? Design-wise, from a level design perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I had some ideas. What are your ideas?
Hey.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Press F to close.